Sometimes making a choice to succeed can be one of the most difficult decisions of your entire life. Even though I believe everyone wants to succeed in life, when you make that choice and you step out, you open yourself up to failure. Failure is painful. Failure is humiliating. Failure is to be avoided at all costs. At least that's what we're taught, right? That's what we're taught in school. That's what our parents teach us. Hey, don't do that. You might fail. Don't do that. You might get hurt. Don't do that. You might not succeed. Think back when you were in school and you wanted to try out for something. What held you back? Whether you ultimately tried out for the spot or not, you had to face the fact that you might not win the position. You had to make a choice, right? You had to make a choice. Were you going to put yourself out there, or were you going to just stand back and let others do it? Now, once you made the choice to try out, you had to choose how much effort you were going to put into getting that position. Were you going to give it everything you have so that you can say that you gave 100%, and that's why you were chosen for the position, because you gave it all and you won? Or were you only going to give a little bit of effort in the event that you were not chosen, so that you could say that, well, you didn't give it your all? You had an excuse, right? You had an out. You know, I interview people for positions, and one of the things that people say when I ask them what they regret in life, one of the things that is a recurring theme is, I wish I'd have tried harder in school. And when I ask, why do you say that? They usually will say something like, well, I didn't realize how much it mattered, or I didn't realize how much more fun it could have been, or I didn't realize what I could have gotten out of it had I put forth more effort. It's because they made a choice, right? They made a choice to skate by high school to get on with life because, well, we're going to get into a little bit more of the reason why in a little bit. But I'm going to share with you a story about myself. You see, when I was in high school, I played the clarinet. And at the time, I mean, we're a few years down the road now, but at the time, the clarinet and flute were mostly instruments that girls played. So a guy playing clarinet had two choices. You either had to not try at all and be last chair in the band, so that everybody knew that your parents were the ones making you play this sissy instrument, or you had to go all in and be the very best. There wasn't room for anything in between because you were much more open to ridicule from your classmates if you didn't have an excuse as to why you played that instrument. I know it sounds crazy, and nowadays that probably doesn't happen at all. Wink, wink. But it did back then. And who wants to get picked on? Nobody. So for me, I chose to be the very best I could be. I played in a Dixieland band, and I led the pep band. And I had my clarinet proudly in hand when I did that. Then in my senior year, a freshman came along that was a truly gifted musician. She won the second chair position from my friend and was second only to yours truly. She was very smart and she practiced daily. She even hired the same private lesson teacher that I had. That teacher, Mr. Paratsky, warned me that if I didn't practice, she would steal my spot at number one. Of course, being a senior and she's a freshman, I laughed at that. Who's going to knock me off, right? Finally, the day came when she challenged me for my seat. We had a week to prepare, and we would both play the most difficult part of a piece that was chosen by the band director. Now, although I would never have admitted it at the time, I was afraid that she really could beat me. In fact, I was so worried about it that I didn't practice much, just so I had an excuse if she did beat me. I could say, I didn't give it everything I had. You know, I was busy that week and I didn't put forth the effort I should have. No big deal, right? Well, the day came and we both played our parts. She had practiced a lot and she played exceptionally well. The result? I lost my first chair position for the first time ever. I had never been beaten before. I was embarrassed and immediately sick to my stomach. My life revolved around the music department, and I had just been beaten by a freshman. Now, moving forward many years, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. But if you can think back to when you were in high school, you know, the freshmen were the low ones on the totem pole, and as seniors, you ruled the school, right? And I ruled the music department. Well, not anymore. I had been beat. I share this story with you because success is a choice. And unfortunately, it's not a popular choice. You see, all around us, we watch get-rich-quick schemes, and we see people on social media that claim to have it all together. We hear of people that became an overnight success when we watch TV shows. All this is a bunch of bunk. It all depends and it all begins with you and the choice that you make for your future. So once you have made the choice that you're going to succeed and you know what success looks like, how are you going to avoid the pitfall that I and so many others have fallen into? Well, here's the secret. Going back to my story, I made a choice when my position was challenged, and that choice originated from my attitude. My attitude was based on a mindset of scarcity. What if I gave it my all and I failed? What if I gave it my all and she really did beat me? What if she really is better than I am? What if I'm a phony? What if I'm really not that good? What if? Well, the day I lost my position, I asked the band director to challenge for her position. Now, the way the band was set up and the way a challenge was set up, you couldn't challenge right away. I had to wait 4 long weeks, but the time finally came. By this time, I had grown to resent myself for underestimating my ability, and I was determined to win at all cost. I practiced, and I practiced a lot. And guess what? I won. And I learned a very valuable lesson. My attitude of scarcity was replaced with one of abundance. I was going to give it my all, and if I did not succeed, I would shake her hand. However, I also knew that if I truly gave it my all, I would be successful either way. You see, the acronym for FAIL is FAIL, stands for First Attempt in Learning. Let me share that with you again. FAIL stands for First Attempt in Learning. There would be no such thing as success without failure. You can't have one without the other. Your attitude determines where you will go in life. If you have an attitude of abundance and know that there is enough success to go around for everyone, then you will be well on your way to hitting your goals and achieving everything you want in life. So my question to you is, how are you going to react to life? Are you going to make that choice to succeed? Are you going to make that choice that, hey, I'm stepping out? And if I fail, it's just a first attempt in learning. It's not a destination. It's just a moment in time, okay? Failure is just a moment in time, and you move past it. You learn from it, and you move on. I can share with you to this day that if I would have lost my position to that young lady, I would have known that I gave it my all, and I also would have been really proud of her because she was a phenomenal person. Smart, driven, and incredibly talented. I couldn't have lost to a better person. But I did give it my all. I did win my chair back. And today, you have to decide if you're going to give it your all. Is it worth it? Is it worth it so you can look back on life and say, I gave it my all? What's your choice?